Hello, it's me, Eli, your retirement companion. And today, I want to share with you top 5 US territories most retirees forget. Live free on these US islands. Sometimes, when we say live in America, we only think of the 50 states. But there are several US territories that most retirees forget about. Places that are legally part of America, or at least under US sovereignty, where many residents are US citizens or nationals, yet which feel completely different from the mainland. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 of these forgotten territories, why they stay under the radar, and what life there might look like if you decided to move or retire there. Stay with me until the end, because the last territory on this list has a surprising perk many retirees don't consider: lower taxes and a relaxed island-style lifestyle, something that can stretch a fixed income much farther than many expect. What are US territories and why you might consider them? The US doesn't just include 50 states. There are several insular areas, US territories and possessions under American sovereignty. Of those, there are 5 permanently inhabited territories: Puerto Rico, Guam, the Virgin Islands, Northern Mariana Islands, sometimes called CNMI, and American Samoa. For many of these territories, being born there makes you a US citizen, except in American Samoa, where people are US nationals by birth unless they naturalize. Living in a territory doesn't always mean the same rights or representation as a state, but for many Americans, these islands can offer a different pace of life, tropical climates, and potential cost of living advantages. Number 5. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is by far the best-known US territory. It has a population of over 3 million people and blends American citizenship with a Caribbean island lifestyle. For retirees or people looking for a change, Puerto Rico offers many advantages: Spanish-speaking culture, warm weather, tropical landscapes, ocean access, and a familiar legal framework under US jurisdiction. Because residents are US citizens, many of the bureaucratic issues tied to immigration don't apply. You still have access to US passports and many federal systems. Of course, it isn't perfect. Taxes, cost of living in certain areas, and political economic challenges exist. But for many, Puerto Rico remains a viable island life plus US citizen middle ground. Number 4. Guam. Guam, located in the Western Pacific Ocean, is another US territory where many people rarely think to move. But it's US land, and residents born there are US citizens. Living in Guam gives access to a unique blend of American governance and Pacific Island culture. For those willing to relocate far from the mainland, it offers tropical climate, relaxed island pace, and the familiarity of US laws and the US dollar. It could be a particularly interesting option for retirees looking for a peaceful island atmosphere while staying under American sovereignty. Number 3. US Virgin Islands. The US Virgin Islands, including islands like St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, are American territory. Residents are US citizens, making it easier to relocate there than overseas islands in foreign countries. For those seeking warm beaches, Caribbean vibes, and a slower lifestyle while keeping US legal status, the Virgin Islands can be an appealing option. Of course, living costs and tourism seasons pose challenges, But for the right retiree or remote worker lifestyle, it offers a unique mix. Island culture, plus American citizenship, plus potential tax and residency ease compared to foreign retirement destinations. Number 2, Northern Mariana Islands. The Northern Mariana Islands, a group of islands in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, are another U.S. territory whose residents are U.S. citizens for those born there or naturalized under U.S. law. Because these islands are less well known than Puerto Rico or Guam, they often fly under the radar for Americans considering relocating. But that could offer advantages: less tourism pressure, quieter communities, and a more understated pace of life. For retirees or remote workers open to island living, CNMI might offer a more peaceful, under-the-radar lifestyle, while still keeping U.S. legal status intact. Number 1. American Samoa. What's different? American Samoa stands out among U.S. territories because people born there are generally U.S. nationals, not automatically U.S. citizens, unless citizenship is acquired by parentage or later naturalization. This difference means some rights, like certain federal voting rights or representation, may vary compared to states or other territories. But U.S. nationals from American Samoa can still travel, live and work freely in the United States. For someone open to a more remote island lifestyle, it may still be an option. But it's important to understand the legal and civil rights nuances before making the move. These territories remind us that living in America doesn't always mean living on the mainland. There are islands, seas and cultures far from the 50 states, and yet under U.S. sovereignty. For retirees, remote workers, or anyone open to a different pace and lifestyle, exploring one of these territories could mean combining island living with the relative security of U.S. jurisdiction, something many people only find through expensive expat moves abroad. But like any major life decision, it's not perfect. Each territory has pros and cons, from citizenship or nationality quirks to logistics, cost of living variations, and cultural adjustments. If you're thinking about exploring one of these options, whether for retirement, adventure, or a fresh start, do your homework, weigh the trade-offs, and consider what kind of lifestyle really matters to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Which of these territories surprised you the most? Which one would you consider moving to, and why?